Waiting can be one of the most difficult seasons we face as believers in the world today. Sometimes we feel alone and confused trying to figure out what the next step is. In a fast paced society everywhere, we all encounter waiting for someone or something. Whether it is a phone call for our new job opportunity or when we are stuck in traffic on our way to our loved ones, we all wait in some way or another. Waiting on God can even seem more challenging as we are unaware of what He is doing and the plans He has for our lives. In the Old Testament, we see examples of people who had waited upon God. God made a promise to Abraham that he would be the father of many nations and that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. Even though Abraham and his wife Sarah was already past the age of having children, he had faith and believed that God would keep his promise. Abraham trusted in God and he waited for a period of 25 years. He was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Because of his faith, he became righteous in the sight of God. The brothers of Joseph wanted to kill him because he was his father's favorite son. They became jealous and sold him into slavery. In the end, he ended up in prison for a crime he didn't commit. But the Lord remained faithful to Joseph even in prison. He received favor from the prison warden who put him in charge over everything. Joseph waited many years before he rose to a position of power and in charge over the whole of Egypt. He waited patiently and waited upon God who kept his promise. Job is probably the best example of someone who waited upon God. He was blessed with wealth and prosperity and had everything a man could dream of having. God allowed Satan to take everything from Job, including his children and possessions, and leaving him with nothing. Satan accused him of being faithful to God only because of his blessings. In the midst of everything, he still did not lose his faith. He never cursed God or blamed him for his troubles. Instead, he sought God for comfort and guidance. It is our human response to cry out for answers, but we must remember that God is always at work even when we don't see it. He always has our best interests at heart. Job waited through his suffering and pain, and God blessed and restored him with twice as much as before. Psalm 40 verse 1 says, "I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and He turned to me and heard my cry." God has an appointed time for everything to accomplish His perfect plan. Isaiah 55 verse 8, "My thoughts are nothing like your thoughts, says the Lord, and my ways are far beyond anything you could imagine." God knows the end from the beginning. The better we understand the timing of God and His faithfulness to those who wait upon Him, the more we will be at peace with His timing and what He wants to accomplish in and through our lives.